Jak się masz? Witamy na kanale. Jeśli jesteś tu nowy, proszę polub, udostępnij i subskrybuj kanał.
Hello everyone. Welcome to Rise Wise. If you are new here, please subscribe to the channel. Today we are exploring Poland. Incredible country. Poland, country of Central Europe. Poland is located at a geographic crossroads that links the forested lands of northwestern Europe to the sea lanes of the Atlantic Ocean and the fertile plains of the Eurasian frontier. Now bounded by 7 nations, Poland has waxed and waned over the centuries, buffeted by the forces of regional history. In the early Middle Ages, Poland's small principalities and townships were subjugated by successive waves of invaders, from Germans and Balts to Mongols. In the mid-1500s, United Poland was the largest state in Europe and perhaps the continent's most powerful nation. Yet 2.5 centuries later, during the Partitions of Poland, 1772 to 1918, it disappeared, parceled out among the contending empires of Russia, Prussia, and Austria.
Restored as a nation in 1918 but ravaged by 2 world wars, Poland suffered tremendously throughout the course of the 20th century. World War II was particularly damaging, as Poland's historically strong Jewish population was almost wholly annihilated in the Holocaust. Millions of non-Jewish Poles also died, victims of more partition and conquest. With the fall of the Third Reich, Poland effectively lost its independence once again, becoming a communist satellite state of the Soviet Union. Nearly a half-century of totalitarian rule followed, though not without strong challenges on the part of Poland's workers, who, supported by a dissident Catholic Church, called the economic failures of the Soviet system into question.
In the late 1970s, beginning in the shipyards of Gdansk, those workers formed a nationwide movement called Solidarity, Solidarność. Despite the arrest of Solidarity's leadership, its newspapers kept publishing, spreading its values and agenda throughout the country. In May 1989 the Polish government fell, along with communist regimes throughout Eastern Europe, beginning Poland's rapid transformation into a democracy. That transformation has not been without its difficulties, as the Nobel Prize-winning poet Wisława Szymborska wrote a decade later.
Zawsze znikały, zanim zrobiły to w kolejku.
I came to the paradoxical conclusion that some workers had it much easier in the Polish People's Republic. They didn't have to pretend. They didn't have to be polite if they didn't feel like it. They didn't have to suppress their exhaustion, boredom, irritation. They didn't have to conceal their lack of interest in other people's problems. They didn't have to pretend that their back wasn't killing them when their back was in fact killing them. If they worked in a store, they didn't have to try to get their customers to buy things, since the products always vanished before the lines did.
By the turn of the 21st century, Poland was a market-based democracy, abundant in products of all kinds and a member of both NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization, and the European Union (EU), allied more strongly with Western Europe than with Eastern Europe but, as always, squarely between them. A land of striking beauty, Poland is punctuated by great forests and rivers, broad plains, and tall mountains. Warsaw, the country's capital, combines modern buildings with historic architecture, most of which was heavily damaged during World War II but has since been faithfully restored in one of the most thoroughgoing reconstruction efforts in European history. Other cities of historic and cultural interest include Poznan, the seat of Poland's first bishopric, Gdańsk, one of the most active ports on the busy Baltic Sea, and Kraków, a historic center of arts and education and the home of Pope John Paul II, who personified for the Polish their country's struggle for independence and peace in modern times. Poland lies at the physical center of the European continent, approximately between latitudes 49 degrees and 55 degrees north and longitudes 14 degrees and 24 degrees east. Irregularly circular in shape, it is bordered to the north by the Baltic Sea, to the northeast by Russia and Lithuania, and to the east by Belarus and Ukraine. To the south the border follows the watershed of the Beskid, Carpathian, Karpaty, and Sudety mountains, which separate Poland from Slovakia and the Czech Republic, while to the west the Nysa, and Odra rivers define the border with Germany. Its current frontiers, stretching for 2,198 miles 3,538 kilometers, were drawn in 1945. Except for its southern mountainous regions, the country consists almost entirely of lowlands within the North European plain.
Religion in Poland. Belief in God has been a principle and a mainstay of life in Poland since early times. In fact, the creation of Polish state is associated with adoption of Christianity by its ruler, Mieszko I, in 966. Today the overwhelming majority of the Polish population, around 90%, is Roman Catholic, and a considerable number are practicing Catholics. The Church has played an important role in the history of the country and its social and political life. It is widely respected by Poles and perceived as a symbol of Polish heritage and culture.
Thanks for watching the video. We hope you have liked it. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Goodbye.